company considers, when they're considering their operation or what actually matters to the business when it's functioning. Some of the factors, practical factors that we're considering today would just be feasibility, how accessible some action is, or why they should do it, if they should do it. Costs, of course, every company focuses on profit as well as revenue and loss. The operational challenges, that's location, different types of brick and mortar challenges like inventory, um, really the building itself, or in this case, their products, because we're going to be discussing, chemicals, as well as stakeholder expectations, which will come up very much so. Sorry, let me actually change this into slideshow. Now, practical challenges Bayer faces. After consolidating with Monsanto in 2018, they faced backlash because they absorbed legal disputes that Monsanto had accumulated over years. I mean, since the 70s, but in more recent times, Roundup and children exposure to polychlorinated biphenyls, PCBs, in classrooms. So public distrust and company reputation is at an all-time high for sure. People don't even hear about Monsanto anymore after it got absorbed by Bayer, but legal pressure and financial pressures are still very much so in happening currently and will continue to happen because these products are still in use and will be for years coming. Now, regulations worldwide and domestic regulations are still in effect. There are country leaders that don't want these chemicals to be used because they're that dangerous. So, uh, in the United States, the it's a big consideration. These are just the challenges that they're facing. I'm not taking a stance in company ethics. Obviously, this is very bad though. So, need for sustainable chemical alternatives is probably the most important thing right now for this company. Now, our four recommendations involve transparency is the first one. Open company data. You want people outside the company actually reporting on this to check tabs and to really tell us what's going on and the health implications behind all of these things. We need an independent safety board and public reporting as well. Now, currently, Bayer and Monsanto together, or Bayer, spends a lot of money and time on research and development. Now, if they just pivoted this towards safer alternatives, not as detrimental to the environment as well, that's something that we need. Pilot trials and investment doesn't even mean a financial investment, just like research investment. Now, they should improve communication with farmers and their consumers. This means labeling the products correctly with really what they do, training the farmers, on how to use the products, or training the farmers on how to train the farmers. Because at the end of the day, there's not a lot of regulation. It's very lax in many of these states that do have big farming populations. And just consumer education. People need to go and educate themselves on like a lot of things that they're putting on food, like pesticides. Now, the final one, and the one that's a little bit more government involved, would probably be targeted remediation and community investment, meaning, Monsanto works together with like a local or federal government in order to do screenings, health screenings, to help people that have already been affected and negatively affected, maybe gotten cancer or lymphoma because of these pesticides. Our real-world implementation suggestion from Monsanto, the practical implementation suggestion would be a blended approach. So they should accept responsibility and they should work with the government to reform their company as well. So they should publicly acknowledge past harm, collaborate with the government to create better industry safety standards, and as I mentioned earlier, launch transparency and communication initiatives. Now, my group will continue on this. Thank you.